So welcome back to DecoyNoise and another episode of Am I the Antagonist in Am I the Antagonist for not telling my fiance about a secret room in our apartment? So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing down below and also joining the Decoy Koi. We're doing this whole furlough DecoyNoise where I'm not working yet. I'm just kind of waiting for normalcy to return, but I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 episodes a day at 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're going to get to see me get the worst facial hair known to man and also some pretty terrible fashion. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. So, I mean, if you want to see me descend into madness, stick around, subscribe. But let's just get into this video right now because I want a secret room. And let's see if OP's girlfriend doesn't like it. So the OP writes, I recognize the title sounds a little ridiculous. The situation is less so. I was very fortunate to be in the position to buy an apartment straight out of college. It's a weird unit on a high floor of a weird building. I've gut renovated it and it made it really nice. One aspect of my home was created to fulfill a childhood fantasy. A secret room. It's simple. A flush mount bookcase into the doorway. It leads to what would be otherwise a windowless, a very large closet or a very small room. I made it into a cute secret lair / reading nook. It has no windows. It never got used. Ended up being more of a long-term storage. I never told anyone about it because it's my secret room. I kind of figured at one point I'd tell my girlfriend Emma, but I didn't want to tell her until I had a reason to. I had finished it shortly before meeting her. I figured maybe one day if I had a kid, I could remove the bookcase and bam, we'd have plenty of space to put in a changing table setup or a craft nook for her. But I largely forgot about it, except when I needed to pull something out from back there, which is rare. Fast forward to yesterday. Emma, my now fiance, has been living with me, now our apartment, for 8 months. During this time, I've kept the room a secret. It's not like I was thinking about it all the time. I only consciously did something sneaky maybe 3 times since she's moved in, to get Christmas lights, a spare coffee maker, and to put away a novelty item she probably thought I threw out. I wonder what that is. And the reason I was sneaky at those times was because, again, I didn't want to waste a surprise on Christmas lights. We've both been working from home lately, and we aren't really able to leave very often due to circumstances, and she jokingly announced we needed a new room to shake up things from her normal commute, bedroom to living room. So, of course, I excitedly pulled open our built-in bookshelf and showed her our room, and she flipped out. She is furious at me. She sees me keeping this secret as a major betrayal of trust, given that this is her home. She's acting like I cheated on her. I tried to explain I was waiting for a special moment, but she thinks that makes it worse. I have no idea if she's being unreasonable or I am. Am I the antagonist? So we're going to take this to Decoy Court where I'm going to give my knee-jerk reactions because I have no education on anything, but I'm very opinionated. So I'm going to go ahead and say this is freaking awesome. This guy has made me, I didn't realize, by reading these Am I the Antagonist threads, I realized I didn't need a cast iron skillet, Animal Crossing, an extra Kraft mac and cheese, but now this guy, this is probably the most expensive one so far. I need a secret room. This sounds awesome. Having a bookshelf where he pulls out one special book and it opens up, that's cool. And just the idea that, like, he just said, hey, look, check it out. We have an extra room. We can kind of hang out in this little, like, my special fort or whatever. Like, and she's flipping out. Like, why doesn't he get to have a special little room or whatever? It's not that big of a deal. Like, that's one of those situations where it's like, hey, look, if I always say this to people when they're telling me my problems and they seem petty is, if she was to bring up this situation to, like, her friend that was, like, being cheated on, like, oh my God, her friend's husband's cheating on her, and she goes up, well, you know, you think you got problems. My boyfriend had a secret room that he reads in. Like, that's not a big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and say he's not the antagonist. If anything, she's the antagonist. But like I always say, I want to give everybody a fair shake, especially in Decoy Court, where it sounds like they probably have other stressors going on in life. So maybe she's shouting at this situation, but maybe that was just a tipping point. She's not actually mad at not having knowledge of the secret room beforehand. Maybe she's mad she doesn't get to go to work. She doesn't get to go to, like, you know, do a routine, get a coffee, go out to restaurants and see movies in theaters. Maybe she's mad about that, but she can't quantify that into something she can yell at. She can yell at a secret room because it's right there in front of her face and it seems like a betrayal or whatever. So probably mad about other things in her life, not necessarily that room, but I mean, go ahead, pause the video before we look at some top comments and those more fun, controversial comments. And if you're able to make me laugh, make me think, make me feel like I'm wrong or whatever, you can earn that ever coveted Decoy Koi coin. coin, but it's over at the DecoyNoise website of the Hall of Fame Koi, where you can earn things. You can't be a part of that sub 1K sub club anymore, but you can still join. We might open up the Patreon, whatever, not the Patreon. We might open the Discord at some point in time, but earn those coins, get on the ranking report. Let me know what it is, but let's just get back to those controversial comments. Oh, no, sorry, we're doing the top comments right now. I'm getting freaked out right now because I can't say the word decoy koi coin. The decoy koi coin. Okay, enough of that. Top comment. Not the antagonist. It's a closet, not another woman. Very true. Oh man. And the next reply, literally this, and the next reply is, I'm not sure if you understand what's happened though. OP has just revealed that there's a secret closet of sorts they were in and can come out of from time to time. Oh, that's true. Maybe the only thing I could see would be the problem is, what was that knickknack that he kind of hid in there that she thought he threw away? Like, was it, I don't know, like a whole bunch of Funko Pops that she wanted him to throw away? Like, oh my god, get rid of those. Those are juvenile. Or were they like, memorabilia from like a previous relationship? Was it a stuffed animal that him and his first girlfriend had or something? Like, maybe that's what it is, and he's just omitting that. He just kind of alluded to it, but let's see. The reply is, so OP has been going to Narnia and not letting his fiancé enjoy the secret winter, which Turkish delight. I would be gutted in the same situation. Everyone's the antagonist. Thanks for everybody giving me the random person in gold. So that wouldn't be a thing. Like, was he using it a lot? Maybe he was disappearing and he was like, hey, all that stuff, like, when you get angry, or I have had a little special area to go to that you haven't been able to. Like, I have privacy, but you don't. Maybe that could have been the thing. Like I always say in decoy court, we try to give somebody their fair shake, and maybe there's some justification behind it, but I mean, likely not, but let's see. The next reply is, I couldn't help but laugh. I understand the Batcave mentality, as I am also a guy, but I think it's probably came off more axe murderer vibe. I want to say not the antagonist, but logically, everyone sucks here. It's your place, so what if you have a secret room? It's your secret room. But you should have also told her about it after being with her for so long, maybe a week after she moves in. Not telling her is like you don't trust her with your secret, which is bad at things, I suppose. The only thing I would say is he was waiting for the perfect opportunity to show her the secret room, and maybe it's just so tiny that, like, it's like a reading nook where, like, it's not actually like, he has to crawl to get into it, and can, like, only fit Christmas lights in a book or whatever. So I get the whole thing, like, hey, this is so cool. I've always wanted this as a kid. She's gonna freak the F out when we have like this cool little treat for it. Like, he thought she was gonna, like, it was gonna be a happy surprise, not an angry hiding a secret surprise or what. And I guess the one thing we could say is maybe it had an axe murderer vibe. Like, it'd be one thing if it was a secret room behind a bookcase that had, like, some books up there and a lamp and, like, a blanket or whatever. But if they open up that thing and it's got, like, it's like Dexter, where it's got plastic sheets on the walls and, like, surgical tools, that could be a situation where she's like, wait, what? You kept the secret from me? Oh my god. Now she's just trying to make up a fight so she can break up with him. Like, oh my god, he has a little, like, murder chamber back there, so I gotta get out. But this is me just trying to make up something because trying to give her a fair shake. But let's read on. And then edit, fix the duration of the relationship. Some people are anal about details, so whatever, who knows. And the next reply is, it's not just his place, it's also hers, but it can't be like just both of their places, and the idea that he built it himself, like he gutted the entire apartment. So it is a little bit more his than hers, because he made that room, like, with his own bare hands. So I don't know. And the next reply is, I think he implied it, since they're not married yet. I doubt he put her name on the lease. Also, since he did the renovation, my guess is that it's a condo, not an apartment, so the correct term is probably a deed, not annual contract like a lease. But I don't know. Either way, I doubt it's hers on paper. And the thing is, though, is we don't want to, like, get into semantics where it's like, it's their living space because, or it's his living space because he's on the deed of the lease or the mortgage. They live together, it's their space, her space, whatever. Like, don't stop splitting hairs on that. We're just trying to figure out, is some of the antagonist. I don't think he is the antagonist. Whether or not her name was on the lease or not, whether or not her name was on the deed or not, whatever. Like, it's their place. They live together. So the next top comment is, everyone sucks here. She overreacted, but this is her home and has been for 8 months, and you had a secret room hidden from her. I might have voted differently if you hadn't waited so long, but seriously, this is an effed up secret to keep, and I'd be wondering what else you're keeping from me. I mean, how many secret rooms could he possibly have? Like, it's just, he thought it was a cool thing. Maybe I'm the antagonist because I'm kind of him, like this giddy little kid, like, ha ha ha, we have a secret little thing. We can go in there and read books, or go in there and play the Nintendo Switch and Animal Crossing, and I really feel like Why am I thinking about Animal Crossing so much? Maybe I'm subliminally trying to get you guys of Animal Crossing. Maybe instead of opening up a Discord channel, I'm going to invite everybody here that's on the Decoy Koi to come join me at the Decoy Cove, and that's what I name my island. But you know what? Let's stop talking about Animal Crossing. So the next reply is, I have to ask what is so effed up about having this ha. It's a small room in her apartment that she owns. If your relationship is so fragile enough to crumble over the discovery of a secret storage closet, then what the F are you doing? And here's the thing is, what the F are you doing? Why is it such a, like, having this little secret room is enough to destroy the relationship? It is a pretty fragile relationship. If having a secret room is a problem, but like I said before, I'm guessing that they have other problems going on, not necessarily between the two of them, but just lifestyle. Like, you know, I've only been out of work for 2 weeks, and it's already like the walls are already starting to kind of close in on me. Yes, I'm trying to make walks outside. Yes, I'm putting on pants every day and taking showers, you know, trying to keep a routine, but it is pretty stressful to live, you know, alone in just a small apartment. So I can kind of see why she would be upset about the small things, because everything's becoming very, very, like, you're very hypersensitive to everything. So maybe the relationship isn't so fragile. Maybe she's just like fragile mentally because everything else is getting to her. So, you know, trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. But let's look at the next reply. I mean, it's their apartment. It's not like he moved in and made it without her remembering her permission. Yeah, it's the thing is, like, you know, it is his apartment. It's not like they made it together and she forgot about it. It's like, you know, this is her place. This is his space. So I kind of get that or whatever. But like I said, you guys should always, oh my gosh, I always hate how the buttons don't work on my thing. It's like the worst thing ever. But so I say the top comments are always funner. The top comments are always fun, but the controversial comments are always funner. But also don't forget to put your comments up there too, because, well, I guess the top controversial comment was deleted already. So hopefully there's more juicy stuff over here. But let's go ahead and look at this top remaining controversial comment, which is, not the antagonist. She's being overly dramatic. Besides, it's your house. You do whatever you like in it. And, you know, it was a house that he built, but who knows if they're starting to split the rent, split the mortgage, split whatever fees they have. Maybe they've done some renovations together. So you can't go entirely say that it's his place because they both live in it. So I can kind of see why that's a controversial comment, because it's their shared space. But let's read the next top controversial comment. Not the antagonist. It's a glorified closet. She has no reason to be flipping out like that. I mean, she's reaching for the sky, honestly. I'd say dump her, because if she overreacts like that to something so insignificant, then I can't imagine how she'd react if you ever effed up big time. And I get why that's a controversial comment, but I don't want to say, like, you know what, you're mad, you're having this one small argument, break up. Like, I'd hate to see if this guy's saying, hey, look, if someone gets upset every now and then, you gotta break up with them. Like, how long at any, you know, every like healthy relationship has an argument here and there, and they figure out a way to get through things. They find a way to compromise. They get heated and realize they can chill out. Like, that's a good relationship skill to have, is have disagreements and be able to work through things. Like, I understand that, you know, you shouldn't be arguing all the time, but there should be disagreements. You're different people. You're not family. Like, you're coming from two drastically different backgrounds and coming together to, like, you know, resolve issues. So it's like, you can't break up over the smallest thing, especially in the circumstance we've never seen before. She's never probably been locked up in her home this much time ever. So he's got a good point. Like, hey, this is such an insignificant situation. Why is she getting so upset? But not the whole, like, hey, dump her. That's it. Relationship off or whatever. So, yeah, I see why that's a bad advice in Reddit's opinion. So let's look at the next top controversial reply. You're the antagonist. If you've kept a whole room in your house a secret, what else are you keeping secret? Also, it also comes off kind of creepy. Like, why is it a secret? Is it your adult room, furry costume storage? Where do you hide a mistress? It's a closet. And the next reply is, it's a closet. What's the big deal? That's the thing is, if he was a weird guy, having that room would be kind of weird. But if he was just kind of a regular dude or whatever that just always wanted a little fort, I don't see it's a big deal. But I guess a lot of you guys, my subscribers, probably watching this video and says, oh my God, Decoy, he's a fan of having a secret room. He's a creepy weirdo. Oh my God, I would never realize this guy was such a weird guy. Everybody that likes the channel is going to kind of duck out now because I'm weird, because I want a little secret fort. So I mean, if you have a comment down below that makes me laugh or just makes me rethink the idea if I should have a secret closet or not, you can earn that ever coveted Decoy Koi coin, which is going to be worth something maybe one of these days. Who knows? I don't know. But I mean, we're just kind of having fun. So like I always say, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for letting me hit that 1,000 subscribers, because believe it or not, that's a big deal for me. So If you haven't already, subscribe down below, join the Decoy Koi, go to DecoyNoise.com for more information, maybe a Discord, maybe an Animal Crossing friend code, who knows what that is, but stick around because we got more Decoy Noise coming up next.